So what exactly do I think about the new Rallycross content in iRacing? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Welcome back, everybody. This is Dan's Racing and Simulations. Thanks so much for joining in. And today, as you can tell by that little mini intro, we are going to be talking about the new Rallycross content in iRacing. And the reason why I made that little introduction, guys, is because I've been told a million times before, almost every time I make a video dealing with iRacing, that I am an iRacing fanboy. But I'm not really an iRacing fanboy. I just appreciate games and I enjoy playing or racing in simulations that are constantly releasing new, really awesome content, and that's just something that I enjoy. So I talk about the sims that I enjoy the most. I talk about them more than the other ones. And that is no different with the release of Rallycross. Now, this is going to be my first initial thoughts because I've really only probably had about 8 hours total to actually do some practicing and run a couple of races. And I just have to say that right off the bat, this is very, very fun. I feel like sometimes when games release DLC, or not even DLC, because most of this is free, it's DLC but you don't have to pay for it. There is some additional cars and contents that you can purchase, but if you are an iRacing member, you can right now download what you need and jump right into the Rallycross. But there are many, many titles that will release new content, and it really doesn't pull at the heartstrings per se. It doesn't really do a whole lot for enjoyment. It's kind of just filler content. And the reason why I like iRacing so much is because they always knock it out of the park every time they release new content. And like I said, it's no different with this. I think what I'm enjoying the most about the Rallycross content is that it is extremely difficult, but they've managed to strike this really awesome balance with difficulty and reward. So when you start to, I'm not going to say master because I haven't mastered it at all, I'm far from that, but when you start to figure out how to handle these very lightweight powerhouse cars and figure out how to get traction and start making your way around these tracks pretty confidently, it's like a light bulb comes on and it gives you this immediate satisfaction. And then equally, it's just nerve-wracking when you're sitting 3 wide at the front of these rally courses. You have no idea what's going to happen in turn 1. So it's just a really, really good strike of balance between difficulty but still extremely fun and just a true enjoyment to race. And it is really, really cool. And my initial thoughts are that if you have an iRacing account and you haven't tried this Rallycross yet, you really should, because you are missing out. Now, I'll be completely honest with you guys. I don't even consider myself a pro on the asphalt. And I am even way further back from that when you're talking about getting on the dirt. I am very terrible on the dirt. So these cars were a handful for me. And a lot of times in Sims, if something is a handful for you, it makes you want to quit. Like that has happened to me before when I'm just really not good at something. I just am like, okay, I'll pass. I'll go back to my Assetto courses or my iRacings or whatever. The really awesome thing about this Rallycross pack, or this Rallycross DLC, is no matter how many times the first several hours I was racing that I went off the track or flipped over the car on the middle of the jump, no matter how many times that happened, it still kept me wanting to come back for more. And that is an incredible feat that they have accomplished, because it's very difficult. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. It's extremely difficult, but it still keeps you wanting to come back for more. You've got these really high horsepower, high torque vehicles, little 4-cylinder turbo engines. It's a VW and then a Ford Fiesta, and they have so much torque and such short little gears that you just bang through the gears so quickly. And it's just this balance game of trying to figure out how the heck you're going to get traction, how the heck you're going to get around the next corner, and it's just a load of fun. So what I'll probably do eventually, after I get some more time in it, is do a real review of what I think of it. But initially, guys, if you haven't tried it, it's been out for what, like a day and a half now, maybe even 2 days by the time you guys see this video. But if you haven't tried it out, I urge you to really try it out. It's a lot of fun. It's very exciting. It's a breath of fresh air for iRacing. Really good content. Technically, I think this is much better content than the oval. I'm not a big fan of the dirt ovals, although I did do it a little bit. But it was quite difficult for me too, and I found myself kind of going back to asphalt racing pretty quickly. But this, I can't get enough of this. I just keep right on racing, and it's just loads of fun. Plus, there's a new heat system that's brand new. I've never done this before, you know, so you're having to sit, and that anxiety builds up while other people are racing, while you're waiting for it to be your heat. And then there's like a championship race at the end kind of thing, and it's just a completely different experience. But I think that iRacing knocked it out of the park. So again, if you haven't tried this, definitely try it out. And so one thing I wanted to mention really quick, so I was really struggling with this to begin with. I was really being dependent on my e-brake because, you know, you see Rallycross on TV, you see it advertised. I mean, those guys are ripping on the e-brake. So initially, I thought that's what I needed to do, use that e-brake around every single corner, and I was just really struggling. Well, I reached out to my buddy Billy Strange, and if you do not know who Billy Strange is, he is like the king when it comes to off-road dirt racing. He is incredibly fast, both in sim and in the real world. He's done a lot of oval dirt track racing, and he's really fast. He used to be with Inside Sim Racing. You may or may not know who he is, but he now has his own YouTube channel, and I want to give him a shout out really quick. Billy Strange Racing. If you're not subscribed to him, you do not know who he is, the link will be in the description below. I want to urge you to head on over after this video and check his YouTube channel out. I have this feeling, just being with his background and his nature and how good he is at creating videos, that he is going to excel, and his YouTube channel will probably very quickly blow up. So you're going to want to go over there and get in on the ground floor. Billy Strange Racing, link is in the description below. Get in there early when there's not 10,000-15,000 subscribers, because if you need some help with circle track racing, he is your man. So link in the description, check him out. And if you haven't tried Rallycross yet on iRacing, fanboys or no fanboys, it is well worth the try. So I will let you guys know more what I think about it as I get some more time in the driver's seat in the Rallycross. And as always, guys, thank you so much for joining in, and I will see you all in the next video.